So far in this lesson on basic color theory, we've dealt a lot with controlling color using levels. Before we get out of this lesson, I want to at least give you a taste of what I call levels' big brother, curves. Curves is what I would define as levels on steroids. It is an amazing tool. It will allow you to manipulate information like levels, but with more control. And to be honest with you, if you really understand levels and curves, they've been in Photoshop for 20 years. I don't think there's a thing that you can't manipulate or change in an image if you understand just those two tools. They are the 500-pound gorillas in Photoshop. So let's get a taste of curves. Go up to our adjustment button right here. Go down to curves. Does look different. In a basic level, it performs just like the levels adjustment, but it will go far beyond that. You see a null curve line right here. You see a gradient going from black to white and then from black to white vertically. This is input and that's output. For example, here's an easy way to kind of figure out what's going on. Let me grab, because you can move the line, let me go ahead and grab that and pull it all the way down. All right, it will go, in every case, black. Why? Because I'm saying to the computer, there are values in this image that go from bright to dark. And since this is all dark, make them all black. If I go this way with the curve, I've created a negative because I've said all my blacks are now pure whites and all my whites are now pure black. Now, if we take that back to default, let me actually add a point. You can add your own points. If we put one in the middle, it's like the middle slider that we were using in levels. If I move it around, it redistributes color values based on brightness of the pixels and changes my visual perception of the image. To get rid of a point, drag it off. Why are we here? I want to show you how we did the correction in levels using curves, which should be very basic, but it will give you an idea of how this works, and then we are going to take that information and grow with it as these lessons evolve. Let's go back into blue. That's where we started in levels because this image has too much yellow. The reason I know I go here is because blue and yellow are the complementary colors. Green and magenta are complementary colors, and red and cyan are complementary colors. If the image has too much yellow, you go to blue. So we're going to go to blue. We're going to put a point right in the middle. Just click. If I move it up or down, visualize levels and moving the slider left or right. Same thing. Now I can use my arrow keys, which makes it easier. I can go this way to add more yellow, or I can go this way, and that's what I want to do, is adding more blue. So in the very same way that we were correcting it in levels, we're doing it here. We go into, say, green, add a point right in the middle, and I add just a little bit of green there, and we're going to go into red and do the same thing. Click and add a point, bring it up just a little bit. In levels, we also made it lighter or darker. So what we're going to do, just like there, is we're going to go into RGB. Don't worry about these lines. It's telling us where I made my changes. Get right in the middle and click. And if I move it down or up, I'm lightening or darkening the image. So just like levels, if I work on an individual color channel, I'm manipulating color. If I work on the RGB composite, I'm manipulating tone. Again, this is simple. This is a very simple thing. We could have done this with levels. It would have been easier. The benefit of curves, you'll see as we move on, is we can create curves that levels could never reproduce. We can add more points to that line, and in levels, you only get 3. It's a much more powerful tool, but on a basic level, it can function and correct things just as easy as levels did.